Have you ever wondered why the moment you stop trying so hard, he suddenly starts chasing? Why he pulls away when you give everything, but starts obsessing when you shift your energy? Here's the truth. Most don't tell you. It's not always about what you do for him. It's about who you become in front of him. A woman who stops begging for love. A woman who no longer waits for attention. A woman who quietly takes back her power. She becomes magnetic. He can't explain it, but he feels it. Something changes, something shifts, and suddenly you're all he can think about. There's a kind of silence that speaks louder than words, a kind of distance that draws him in. When your energy shifts from chasing to choosing, from doubting to glowing, from needing to knowing, he notices. Not because you tried to make him see it, but because he can't ignore it anymore. The same man who took you for granted will start wondering where your attention went. The same man who thought you'd always be available will feel the sting of your absence. And that feeling, that's the start of obsession. Not because you begged for his love, but because you stopped making him the center of your world. Seneca once said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy." You expected him to see your worth when you gave everything. You expected him to stay because your love was pure. But now you stop expecting and start evolving. You become the woman who doesn't wait, doesn't explain, doesn't ask for love. You embody it. And that shift in energy, that's what shakes him. That's what makes him look again. Because when your light no longer shines just for him, he begins to chase the warmth he thought would always be there. Think of a flower. When it blooms, it doesn't ask the bee to come. It simply opens, it simply shines. And the bee, it finds its way. You are that flower. And when your energy turns inward, when your love feeds your own soul, he starts to feel the change. He sees you differently. He misses the version of you who needed him. But the woman you're becoming, she doesn't need, she chooses. And that beautiful woman is the moment you start to reign. You are no longer just someone in love. You are stepping into the life of a queen, and a queen does not chase. A queen attracts. If this message touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you of the strength you've always carried, then take a moment, lovely woman, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are pouring our hearts into creating powerful, healing, and life-changing content just for you. You deserve to feel seen, to feel empowered, and to rise. And here, in this space, we rise together. Number 1. When you stop being an open book, he starts reading between the lines. Have you ever noticed how quickly he loses interest when you make everything easy to read? How he stops trying the moment you lay your heart bare, explain every feeling, send every message, show up every time. It feels like love, like openness, like effort, but to him it becomes routine, predictable, familiar. And the truth is, when you stop being an open book, that's when he starts reading between the lines. That's when the story becomes a mystery. That's when you become the plot twist he can't stop thinking about. He was used to knowing where you were, what you felt, what you needed. He never had to guess, never had to wonder. But now you've changed. Now your energy has shifted. You stopped over-explaining. You stopped sending long messages hoping he'd understand. You stopped proving your worth. And suddenly he starts looking closer. He starts feeling your absence. He starts chasing the silence that used to be filled with your voice. There's a saying, a quiet woman speaks volumes. And you are now becoming that woman. The one whose presence speaks louder than words, whose silence pulls harder than any effort ever did. Your energy has become rare. He doesn't have a map to read you anymore, and that confusion, it turns into obsession. He checks his phone, wondering why you haven't replied. He replays your last words, trying to decode the meaning. That's the power of mystery. That's the pull of a woman who has shifted her energy from seeking love to becoming love. Think of a locked journal sitting on a shelf. The more worn and open it is, the less it's valued. But a sealed one, hidden and protected, it becomes priceless. It makes him curious. It makes him wonder. That's who you're becoming now. Not cold, not distant, but private. Powerful, selective. No longer explaining every page of your soul, but letting him earn the right to read it. Lovely woman, this is your turning point. This is the moment you stop living like a character in his story and start writing your own. You're not lost. You're not forgotten. You are simply stepping into a version of yourself that he never expected, and now he can't stop thinking about. The energy shift is real, and once it begins, there's no turning back. Write this in the comments and claim it, queens. I am no longer an open book. Let him learn to read me differently. And if this message lit something inside you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard every day to bring you life-changing truths, powerful lessons, and reminders of who you really are. Because you were never meant to be easy to forget. You were meant to reign. Number 2. When your world no longer revolves around him, he starts spinning in yours. Have you ever noticed how he starts to notice you more the moment you stop noticing him? It's strange, isn't it? The moment you stop checking your phone, the moment you stop waiting for his message, the moment your world no longer circles around him, he suddenly starts spinning in yours. He feels the shift. He may not understand it, but it hits him hard, because when you finally pull your energy back, something inside him wakes up. He begins to feel what he never felt before, the fear of losing you for real. At first, he was used to being the center of your thoughts. He liked knowing that your day depended on his words, that your mood shifted with his attention. But now, you're no longer giving him that power. And that's exactly when things begin to change. Because when your energy goes inward, when you focus on your joy, your healing, your glow, that energy becomes impossible to ignore. He starts noticing what he lost. He starts craving what he once took for granted. There's a quote that says, "Your presence should be a privilege, not a guarantee." He thought you would always be there. But now, you're becoming something different. You are no longer chasing, you are choosing. And queens, when a woman chooses herself over his inconsistency, she becomes unforgettable. Think of the moon. It never chases the tides. It simply rises, and the ocean follows. That is the power of your shift. The moment your world stops spinning around him, he starts losing his balance. He starts looking for the version of you that always waited, and she's gone. This is not about punishing him. This is about honoring yourself. The more you stand tall, the more he realizes how small he acted. He will replay the things he said, the ways he hurt you, the way you still gave him love anyway. And now that you're walking forward, he is stuck behind, watching, regretting, obsessing. Dear lady, he thought you would stay stuck, but now he's spinning in the storm you became. You are no longer chasing love, you are embodying it. You are no longer waiting, you are ruling. And that, beautiful woman, is the shift that changes everything. Write this in the comments and claim it. My world no longer revolves around him. Let it be known, your light is no longer for those who dimmed it. Queens, we're working hard to bring you life-changing lessons because you were never meant to beg for love. You were meant to reign. Number 3. The moment you stop chasing is the moment he starts craving. Have you ever noticed how he pulls away when you try to get closer, but the moment you step back, he suddenly starts showing up again? It's not magic, it's energy. The shift happens when you stop chasing. Because the truth is, Nothing confuses a man more than the silence of a woman who used to beg for his time and now barely notices his presence. He feels it, that sudden gap, that space where your love once overflowed, and now it's still. And in that stillness, he begins to crave what he once took for granted. He was comfortable, you gave, and he received. You called, and he answered when it suited him. You made him the center of your heart, while he left you questioning your place in his. But when you stop running after him, when you stop asking to be seen, your energy changes. You are no longer trying to prove anything. You are becoming everything. And he feels that shift like a storm moving in, quiet but unstoppable. As Rumi once wrote, "The moment you let go of what you are, you become what you might be." That is exactly what happens when you stop chasing. You become something far more powerful than a woman waiting. You become a woman choosing peace, choosing herself. And that choice becomes a force he cannot resist. Think of fireflies in the dark. They don't chase anyone, they glow, and everything around them is drawn to that glow. That's you. The moment you stop dimming your light to fit into his world and start shining for yourself, he begins to see you in a way he never did before. You're not his anymore, and suddenly, that truth makes you the only thing he wants. He thought you'd always be there, but now he's staring at the empty space you once filled, wondering how to get you back. And what he doesn't know yet is this: you're not waiting anymore. You've started living as a queen. And a queen doesn't run after what's already walking away. A queen doesn't ask for attention. She becomes unforgettable. Beautiful woman, let this truth anchor deep in your soul. When I stop chasing, he starts craving. Write this in the comments, queens, and claim it. Let him feel your absence. Let him taste the silence. Let your glow remind him of everything he lost. We are here to give you life-changing lessons because you were never meant to chase love. You were meant to reign in it. Number 4. When you protect your peace like a crown, he realizes he's not the king anymore. Have you ever noticed how peaceful silence becomes when you finally stop fighting for a place in his life? That moment when you stop explaining yourself, stop proving your worth, and just protect your peace like it's made of gold. That's when everything shifts. He doesn't see it coming. He doesn't expect the stillness. But the moment you stop being available to the chaos he created, he feels it. And for the first time he realizes he's no longer the king of your world. You once gave him your all, your love, your effort, your attention, everything, and in return, he took your peace for granted. He thought you would always be there, ready to forgive, ready to fix things, ready to fight for him. But what happens when you no longer allow your heart to be his playground? What happens when your soul chooses quiet over chaos? That's when he starts to feel your absence like thunder in the middle of the night. He wanted control, he wanted comfort, but he forgot. Real love cannot grow where peace is always being disturbed. Marcus Aurelius said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." And when you protect your peace, when you stop letting him shake your emotions, you become untouchable. It's like building a garden with locked gates. Not everyone deserves to walk through. And he had the key, but he lost it. Think of a crown placed gently on a pillow. It doesn't shout. It doesn't move, but its power is undeniable. It waits quietly, knowing its value. That's you now. The energy shift happens the moment you stop reacting and start rising. He can no longer touch what he used to take for granted. And that distance, that silence, that inner calm, it's what will make him obsess. Not because you chased, but because you let go. Dear woman, you were not meant to beg for peace. You were meant to live in it. Let him feel the weight of his choices while you sit in the light of your power. Protecting your peace is not weakness. It is royalty in motion. Write this in the comments and claim it. My peace is my crown. He can't touch it anymore. Queens, let this be the line you never cross again. And if this message touched your heart, if it reminded you of your strength, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard every single day to bring you powerful, life-changing lessons that help you rise, because you were never meant to break. You were born to reign. Number 5. The woman who needed him is gone. The woman who chooses herself is unforgettable. Have you ever looked in the mirror and realized you're not the same woman who used to wait by the phone? The one who used to lower her voice just to keep the peace? The one who gave everything while receiving so little in return? That version of you. She's gone. And the moment he sees it, the moment he feels that quiet distance, that powerful change, something inside him starts to panic. He may not say it out loud, but he knows. He lost the woman who once needed him. And now, he can't forget the one who no longer does. He was comfortable when you were unsure of yourself. He liked it when you made him your world. But now you've shifted. Your energy speaks before you do. It says, I no longer wait to be chosen. I choose myself. And that shift, that's what makes him obsess. Because the woman who once bent for him is now unshakable. The woman who used to chase is now walking away, with grace, with power, and without a single word. Epictetus once said, no man is free who is not master of himself, and you, lovely woman, have become the master of your emotions, your energy, your presence. You are no longer reacting, you're responding. You are no longer falling, you're rising. And the man who thought he had time, now he's watching the door you closed, wondering if it will ever open again. But it won't, because you're not returning to the woman who begged to be seen. You're stepping into the woman who knows she is the vision. Think of a candle that once burned only for him. It flickered, danced, tried to warm his cold hands. But now, that candle has turned into a wildfire. It doesn't burn for approval anymore. It burns for purpose. And fire like that, it doesn't chase. It draws everything to it. That's what your energy has become. Not a plea, a pull. You don't need his validation anymore. And that truth, that realization, it will haunt him more than anything you ever said. Beautiful woman, the shift is happening. The woman who needed him is gone. The woman who chooses herself, she is unforgettable. Write this in the comments and claim it. I choose myself, and I am unforgettable. Let the world feel your shift, queens. We are here creating powerful, life-changing lessons just for you, because your reign has already begun. Number 6. When you stop giving him front-row access to your life, he starts begging for a seat. Have you ever noticed how he loses interest the moment you make him the center of your world, but starts chasing like never before when you stop giving him front-row access to your life? It's almost unfair, isn't it? You gave him your time, your attention, your love, without holding back. You showed up fully, thinking that's what love is supposed to look like. And what did he do? He leaned back. He got comfortable. He forgot to appreciate the very woman who would have given him the world. But the day you shift your energy, the day you stop making him your priority, is the day he wakes up in panic, realizing he just lost his seat in your life. He thought you would always be there, that you would always text first, that you would always wait for his attention. But the truth? You are not a front row seat for his entertainment. You are the entire show. And when you start living like that, everything changes. He starts watching from a distance. He starts wondering who you're becoming. He starts asking himself, why doesn't she look for me anymore? The absence of your energy is louder than your presence ever was. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts." And the moment you start thinking like a woman who chooses herself first, he feels that shift. You no longer reach out. You no longer try to prove your worth. You live, you laugh, you grow, and that glow he once ignored, it starts haunting him. Think of a movie theater. The front row is close, loud, in your face. But if a person walks in late, they don't get that seat. It's already taken, or worse, it's been closed off, and suddenly he's standing in the back, wishing he had appreciated the view when it was his. That's what your energy shift does. You stop offering access, and he starts begging to be seen again. But beautiful woman, hear this. You are not an empty seat waiting to be filled. You are the stage, the light, the experience. And now it's time to live like it. This is where the real power begins. You do not shrink. You do not chase. You rise. You reign. Write this in the comments and claim it. He lost his front row. Now he can only watch me shine. Queens, let this be your reminder. Your energy is your power, and the moment you pull it back, he will feel the emptiness like a storm. We are working hard to bring you truth, healing, and the lessons that help you take your crown back for good. Number 7. The energy of a queen doesn't ask for love. It draws it in like gravity. Have you ever noticed how the moment you stop needing his love, he suddenly starts chasing it? Like gravity, your presence starts pulling him in. Not because you're reaching, but because you finally pulled your energy back to yourself. That's not magic, beautiful woman. That's power. Real power. He doesn't obsess over who begs. He obsesses over who becomes untouchable. And the moment you stop asking to be seen, that's when he finally opens his eyes. There was a time you gave everything, your heart, your loyalty, your softness, hoping he would stay. You thought that proving your love would make him love you more, but all it did was drain you. And now it's time to shift. Because love should not be begged for. Love should be drawn in by the presence of a woman who knows her worth. When your energy rises, when you stop chasing and start glowing, that's when everything changes. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Your power lies in your mind. If you master that, no one can touch you." The moment you take your power back, the air around you changes. You stop moving toward him, and he starts moving toward you. Not because you whispered his name into silence, but because your silence became louder than any words. He doesn't chase noise. He chases mystery. He chases confidence. He chases the woman who doesn't need him, but knows what she deserves. Think of the moon. It doesn't beg the tides to come. It simply exists in its own beauty, and the ocean follows. That is your energy now. You are no longer trying to convince him of your worth. You are showing it with your calm, your distance, your transformation. He doesn't understand it at first. He'll try to figure out what changed. But the truth is, you changed. And now he can't get you out of his head. This is your time. You are not the same woman who waited. You are becoming the woman who reigns. Not because he finally saw you, but because you finally saw yourself. The obsession begins the moment you stop proving and start rising. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I attract, I do not chase. Let the world know your energy has changed. And if this message lit something inside you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons because you were never meant to beg. You were meant to reign.